Hey guys, it's me, Gluten-Free Brownie, and today I'm here to show you what I've learned in a ceramics class that I took recently. And I'm really proud of what I was able to accomplish this year, so I wanted to show you guys and I wanted to share it with you guys. The first few things that I had to make was, I call them my practice pieces. My first one is like a little weird barrel-shaped cup mug thing with no handle. It's got a rutile blue glaze, and I'm not sure what happened, but it got like a cool purpley color. It doesn't look purple here in the video, but it's got like a cool thing going on. And that one's one of my favorites, just probably because of how the color turned out. The second one I made was well, I'm hoping that I can actually put plants in this. I don't know if I'll be able to, considering there's no holes and there's no matching thing to go under it. But I'll find a function for this little pot that I made. The outside is green to black, and I think it's really cool because the thicker that you put on this glaze, the more green it gets. So I dipped it in upside down and right side up. And this is where it got the thickest, so I have this really cool green stripe on there. And on the inside is also rutile blue, and the two glazes kind of got mixed up, and they, on the inside and the outside, and they created this really cool light blue, weird, moldy thing going on, and I really like how that turned out, so that was 100% intentional. And then we had to make a couple of mugs for the class, and one of them we called a personal mug, and it was meant to be something that represents you, or it represents someone that you admire. And I thought of a few people that I admire, and I picked Jacksepticeye, so I made his logo into a mug. I call it, well, it's supposed to be Septiceye Sam, but I call it Sleepy Eye Sam because this was also done in green to black, and I did an underglaze for the eye itself, and then I put transparency over it, and I waxed it so the green wouldn't get onto it. But I guess when it was fired, the green dripped onto the blue and created a sleepy or worried looking Septiceye. So yeah, Sleepy Eye Sam, I call him. And I ended up dipping it twice because I really wanted to get that green color, but I didn't know that it was going to create these cool black dots, and I think it complements the mug pretty well. And yeah, the tail is the handle, and it's surprisingly pretty functional, and I'm very proud of it. My next piece might have a few functions. It could function as like a drinking cup, or it could function as a pencil holder. I think either way would work. I made the cup, the shape, the base of the cup came from the idea from, it was inspired by someone named Aaron Toole, who's a cool ceramics artist, and he just makes cups. And I was learning more about sgraffito, so during a lecture about sgraffitoing, I wanted to put a word that represented me, and I like to write, so I picked the word write. And then, I don't want to hold it too close to the camera because basically I was just messing with the tools to get used to the tools, and I just kind of poked little holes. So if anyone's got tryptophobia, I'm warning you now. It's got like this weird designs that I played with. Basically I was doodling in class. No surprise there. But I had a lot of fun making this, and I believe the glaze is non-iron blue, which is lighter blue color. Here it probably looks grayish. These next two pieces were really fun to do. They were just fun. I called them my rocks, and for the assignment it was basically an egg shape, which I don't think I did very well, and a rock shape, which I think this one turned out very well. So basically, after you make the clay, sorry, I think my cat's snoring. After you make the clay, you just take steel wool, and then you put natural elements in with the wool, wrap it over the clay. Once it's been, I think it had to be bisque fired first before you put the designing out around it. So when you wrap it up, you smoke it out, and the elements burn onto it, and they create these really cool designs. And so for both of these, I believe I used salt, coffee grinds, and sawdust, and that's all I used, but the results were really cool. So I called this one my dragon egg, and I just call this one my rock, which I think turned out really cool. This next one is a little wild. It's called a raku piece, and basically that means you just make a piece quickly, and you have to, I think the rule of raku is you have to have fun, like as much fun with it as possible. So you make it on the wheel first, or that's how we did it. And while I was doing it on the wheel, I accidentally got this area all wrinkled up. So, but she said, keep that, because that is what raku is. It's messing up your piece. It's taking a piece and just messing with it. So then you can see where, after I took it off the wheel, I poked holes in it with my fingers, and then I took balls of clay and I chucked it at the piece. We made spaghetti clay, that's what I call it. Spaghetti clay, also just spontaneously chucking things at the piece itself and poking it and punching it and just going nuts. And then we decided to just add random pieces of slabs, so I had this random piece here, and this piece here is actually not originally part of it. It was just a slab that I just kind of pinched onto. And then this weird little fold here. And then for the glazes, I have them written down somewhere, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. But it's like a mixture of all kinds of different raku glazes. And I think about 2 or 3 of them mixed together, and they created this pretty purpley reddish color, which I'm really glad it did. I think it looks amazing. This is one of my favorite pieces. I call it the dried berry, because the inspiration from it was indeed a dried berry, and a lot of people would look at it and go, ew, it's like a big giant raisin. So yeah, I thought, what if I took something small and maximized it into a sculpture piece? So the glaze, I believe, was copper adventurine, which I expected it to be a little bit more red, but it's actually like a more of a reddish brown color, and there's bits of yellow gold flecks in it, which you probably can't see very well here, and I apologize for that, but I think it looks really pretty, and it turned out really cool, and I'm very proud of it. I keep saying I'm proud of my art. The next piece was kind of rushed because it was the last assignment that we had. I made a dragon, basically, because I went through the whole class thinking, oh, it'd be so cool if I made a dragon. And yeah, I just call it dragon. I think it's a female. I made that decision while I was making it. I was like, I think it's a female. So the piece itself was supposed to be functional in a way where it could be a lid that could be taken off. I couldn't think of anything else to take off except the head. So it just stayed like that, and sometimes the lid does what I want it to, and sometimes it doesn't. Which is why I put this little nook and cranny here, so that I wouldn't put it on the wrong way. So yeah, like I said, this one was a little rushed. I don't remember the glaze. It was definitely like a low fire glaze, and I think it was called Blue Horizon. And I picked light blue because I like light blue, and yeah, and you'll notice a tooth is missing. And I have it right here. I got it glazed and everything because I was told it would be an easy fix. I could just glue it in after it was all done and fired. So yeah, and I'm surprised that only a tooth fell off, because considering the horns and the ears, the horns could have fallen off. And considering the condition of the wings and the tail specifically, those could have fallen off, but nothing, like the wings and the tail didn't fall off because I made sure to attach more onto the body so it wouldn't be as likely to fall off. Same with the tail. And this tail is hanging on for dear life. It's not letting go for anything. And the whole dragon inside is hollow. And yeah, I am really proud of how this turned out. I don't think it's bad for my first ceramic dragon, and I do hope to make more. I think that would be so much fun to make more like ceramic dragons, but instead of making it like a functional lid, because that was the whole point of the assignment, is to make something that represents who you are and what your hopes and dreams are. And like I said, I hope to be a writer someday, and so my mind went to dragons. It always goes to dragons when I think about writing for some reason, because dragons are cool. And yeah, but I hope to make more dragons where I don't have to wave their heads around like this. So, bless you, Topaz. I had 2 other pieces that I made, but those 2 pieces were gifts for my mom. The first one was just a red basic shape of a mug, and I glazed that with Ohata red, just to give you an idea of what it looked like. That was a late birthday present for her. And then we had to make a bowl, and this is when I was learning more about sgraffito. The bowl had a rose, well, I call it a rose, whatever flower you want to call this. I put a rose in the center of the bowl inside, and I put some leaves around it, and it's really cool. I also sgraffitoed the leaves, but my mom thought they were real leaves because of the transparency of the glaze, and the underglaze being green itself, and also it kind of does this cool thing where, I don't know if you can see it very well, it kind of does this cool thing where it does like this cracking in the glaze. I'm sorry if you can't see it. But yeah, it was just really awesome. The sad part about the bowl, though, like, no matter how many times, like, I scored it and put more slip and tried to cover it up, like, this crack kept coming back into the bottom, and it would show through the rose. And me and my teacher, we tried so hard to just get rid of it, but it kept coming back. So I kept thinking, well, it's a good thing this is a gift for my mother, because she's gonna love it all because I made it. But she was really impressed, and she loved it, and thankfully for the bowl, it even though it has this gaping crack in it, you can still use it for like chips or candies or snacks. Sadly, you can't use it for cereal or soup, but it does have other functions. And so I don't have them on me because she wanted to take them to her office and have them on her desk, which I think is sweet. So, and I'm glad she liked them a lot. Well, anyway, that's all I have for today. I'm hoping to start gaming for this channel, and yeah, if there's something that you would like to see me play or react to, let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see more art that I've done, then leave a comment. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. See ya!